looks like... Oh, because I have... Okay. Go live. Need to make sure I have up what I need to have up. Why can't I just... There we go. Alright, I think I got it under control here. So I have the stream started up. I'm on my stream starting soon page. Welcome to the stream if anyone's here. I'm going to be streaming for a little bit tonight. Currently on Twitch, over on YouTube, Kick. I'm on X and Instagram might work. Let me just make sure everything is coming through. And then we're going to switch over to art. Twitch looks good. YouTube, connecting, getting there. Kick is there. Instagram. X. Let's get that opened up. I didn't hear any Twitch, but I do have my music. Might have my music a little bit loud here. Let me turn that down. Okay. So I don't have... Do I have Discord over here? Let me add Discord to this scene. And I need an audio... Nope, that's not what I want. Let's try that again. That was... Application audio. Add source. Discord. Okay, we should be good. Let me make sure I'm connected to the right Discord. Art right meow. Meow meow meow. Okay. Alright, Discord, can you give me a mic check, please? And say something or do whatever just to make sure Discord is coming through.
Hello, hello.
Okay. Good, that's there. And we should be at equal levels or close enough. Thank you. I'll go ahead and go to live. Alright, we got our regular live camera set up with a little bit of art in the background. That way if I want to talk and present before I go into doing any sort of art. Let me see if I can get... There we go. Let me get my kitty cat in here as well. I'm going to add in a source. Yeah, you should put him in the corner or something. He should be one of the palettes. He's the fluffy palette. Do you need to add a fluff to your artwork? Yes, please give me 5 million fluffs patterned all around my canvas.
It's the videos. It's like the videos that I get on my For You page where you're watching something and then this image just pops up and like completely blocks what you're watching.
Yeah.
And all the comments are like, "Do you mind? Do you mind, mate? I was watching that. Get out of the way."
Oh, I need to add in a new image. Yeah, when you have something shifted on your stream setup and you have a big image just floating around or covering everything up, I should have that downloaded. Yep, it's there. There's my meow meow. Hello, Kaiser. That's
I
our
should just
cat's
have it
name.
like this. I should have it like this.
Well, look at that. Guess who just showed up at my desk? Ready for some num
Really?
nums. Yep, he's. He heard me say his name and he came and tickled my leg with his fluff.
I will nice.
I think I'm going to flip horizontally, so I can kind of put him in the corner here. Is my chat box still in the way? It is, but I'll get it out of the way.
Wait, no.
I'm going to put mine in the middle. Make him a little bit bigger. There we go. Cool. We have your setup shared in the stream. We have mine, which is sharing over on the right. To the right of the cat is the screen capture using AirPlay, a downloadable program through the Microsoft Store for your Windows computer. Free download to connect to your iPad through Bluetooth and display that on your screen to set up for a stream. We have a live camera set up just on the iPad so you can see my hand and do any work on the artwork, whereas the screen capture of the iPad doesn't show my hand, and it's hard to see exactly what I'm working on because you don't know where the pencil is. So I have the hand reference here. Of course, we got me. I'm here. We got our fluffy cat Kaiser. He's in the middle. Same thing on our Discord stream with our private Discord channel or private Discord server. Oh, let me adjust my vertical fluff. I might need to adjust that a little bit better. Or I might need to set this up a little bit better. It's hard to cram all of this stuff on a vertical stream.
Oh, I'm streaming.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we're both streaming at the same time.
Wait, I want more than just the chat. And
One day I'll have enough people on TikTok. That's sort of the whole point of these streams anyway. There we go. We got Kaiser big. You won't see my vertical output for the stream, but I have it set up to where well, I can show you later because on the VOD, but it'll work for now. Where is my name? Or where's my little logo thing? That's weird. It keeps taking away, removing my logo.
I'm jumbling all of the windows that I have.
Uh-huh.
So I want one with the Twitch open, one with my actual Clip Studio open, and then one with Discord, and then one with OBS. That is not what I hate the preset title bio on the Twitch.
The preset dial for the
The preset like name notification.
just doing a little recording test. Well, I have everything set up. I didn't know if it recorded a dual output or if it recorded just a singular output. I just see a single output. Okay. It'd be cool if it would give me a dual output recording, vertical and horizontal.
I'm gonna put an earbud in my ear
Yeah, go for it.
and have the headphones on. And then I'm gonna be able to have hearing in my ear, but also music in my ear, but you won't be able to hear it because it's coming from my phone and it's in the earbud.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Next.
Let's add a screen capture here. Oh, you know what? I don't think I want to mess with this right now.
Is that Kaiser?
Yes, and people in the background.
I put my reference in my drive, but I've just got to find it. So it's lost in my... Oh. That's okay. I have it in my photos. Okay, basically. Are you purposefully muted?
Oh, I was muted. Okay, I forgot. Yeah,
Oh.
damn it, I was talking too.
Oh.
That happens. Yeah, I was muted
Wait.
because the cat and stuff were kind of noisy.
I need to put my Twitch in my TikTok, not my YouTube in my TikTok. Hold on. La la la. Oh. My god, AJ, stop sending me videos!
Send him the Peter Griffin bending over in Daisy Duke shorts. He'll stop. I need to cross my character's arms a little bit. So he is leaning. Too much chili on the face. So what's going on
Okay.
here is he's eating a chili dog, a double dog chili dog, and a ship flies by and splatters the chili on his face from the crosswind or whatever. But he's just got a little bit of chili and stuff on his face. I drew too much on there.
I can read that. I totally can read that. And then.
You can read what? Oh, I can see. You know what? I don't have a very big. I have Discord on a half screen, and I have the screen share of just your part, your screen, your screen share. Let me see if I can adjust this to make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, that helped. And that's right, you're using Clip Studio Paint, where I'm
Yes.
using Adobe Fresco.
I like this because one thing I didn't like about drawing on the iPad, especially with Procreate, is that I can't have everything laid out and draw at the same time. I have to close windows, I have to open them back up, pop-ups, close pop-ups, and then having different things on screen. It's just easier to have two displays. Also, the keybinds in Procreate, for example, you have like the thing on the side, and it's like, oh, adjust your the size of your pen, whatever, and then you have the actual canvas. Even with my left hand scrolling the size and stuff, it was still inconvenient to have the little pop-ups of color and stuff. I like having not just the palette on the side, but also having the keybinds because my hand isn't over the screen, it's not touching things, and I can do a lot more combinations with the keybinds. And I find that having Control Alt and pulling and pinching my brush size
Uh
just
huh.
on its own and then clicking the button on the pen to eyedrop is a lot more efficient than doing it on the iPad, especially since it's physical buttons. I uh having the since I we have the Apple Pencil model that has the digital touch, you tap
Yep.
it and then it switches. You can do like the minimal settings for that.
Yep.
I never found where it was. It was on the flat side of on the flat side of the pen, but I was held it wrong, like it slipped out of my hand. I was gonna readjust my grip just to tap it every single time when it wouldn't register half the time.
The switch
And I could
between
have two
eraser and
buttons.
pencil? Is that what you mean? Like the switch between
Yeah,
one tool to another? Okay. That only
yeah.
works on the flat side? Mine
Oh yeah,
works.
the touch. Oh,
Mine works all
maybe I
around.
just haven't tried it.
Gotcha.
But like clicking it, just clicking boom, 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 boom with the pen, and then dragging my pen size. I like it a lot more.
Yeah, it's having all that control is definitely. I yeah, I like having that much better. Um, I the only way I can get away with what I'm doing right now is because I'm able to screen share what I'm doing on the iPad to my computer. Thus, I have uh, control over the computer and the iPad at the same time, um, and it helps. And I think I got stuck with just using the iPad because it's smoother and it's not as big. It's easier to manage. I can move it around, and I don't really have the space to use the Cintiq. It's just too big, so it's better fit for you. So I'm glad you're getting use out of it. Get some messy hair in here. I've taken my Apple Note sketch, copied it here into Adobe Fresco, um, locked in or adjusted the layer so that I can draw on it and make it just its own layer. And so I've already gone through, erased stuff on the old sketch, making adjustments to it. And for tonight, I'm just going to work on this sketch and just kind of sketch things out. This week's been kind of rough planning things, and the commitment is there, but sometimes things just don't work out, like the internet's not working, or power goes out, or something stupid, or just the timing of everything doesn't quite work out. So this week's been rough with streaming, and it's already Friday. So I don't feel as accomplished this week as I have last and the previous weeks. So I wanted to do more with this artwork here to create it, to create a fun, another sort of cover piece, because I do have this set up on a high resolution canvas. Um, I wanted to go through, sketch this out a little bit better than I did the Dragon Warrior. I have this a little bit more planned out, thought out, especially with the finishing artwork and what I want to use. This is going to be comic book art, so I know for sure that I'll have a chance to work with cleaner lines and creating better outlines. I'll be able to use hatching and cross hatching, those kinds of things, and simple color effects. It's a comic book. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. It just needs to tell a story, but it needs to tell it well. But I'm excited also about the Dragon Warrior and going over the AI stuff we tried out. So that was pretty surprising. I think we'll have a rail, not a wall, but a rail. It would be cool if I can maybe put his have a leg up or something.
Ooh, that's in a completely different spot. I'm gonna. Uh, so when I used to be obsessed with gacha, and I that was my whole thing for filmmaking. I would do gacha movies. I would do YouTubers, whatever. Um, I would animate and make movies out of just the screenshots of dressing up the characters and moving the characters and taking screenshots. It was stop motion, but it was digital.
Mm-hmm.
With the and so I remember there was a feature where you could take apart the body parts, take screenshots, erase the background, and then you could animate the individual like limbs, like articulate the character. And so I sort of remember how to do that. But what I'm trying to do is draw something out and then try to do that same thing. But I was thinking about it when we were getting Sundays earlier that I don't want to articulate every single limb and every like it's pretty much the same process as making a VTuber, although I'm just doing this for an animation, so I don't have to do it frame by frame. Uh so I'll animate it in a different software, but what was I saying? I'm gonna make a body and then whatever I want articulated. So like if I want the hand to move, if I want the head to move, if I want the eyes to move, the mouth to move, then I'll cut those parts out of the original drawing, draw underneath it in the first layer, and then make it so I have the outline and the coloring in one layer so I can animate it. I just don't want to do that to every single part.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm mapping out where I want it to be, and then I'm starting the background, which
Okay.
is this like I have a reference I'm going off of. It's just an animated version of a drawing that's already made.
Uh-huh.
Because that will uh appeal to my current audience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But uh but it's this weird looking
Oh,
sofa
sorry for the
chair
brightness.
that this first guy's on. He's on this sofa chair that has this one armrest, and it's kind of like lopsided. It's higher on one side, lower on the other. It's kind of got like humps on it, and I don't know where to put the weight in the curve. Where I want the peak of this. If I want it to be right here, if I want it to be over here, and then the dip, it's obviously not going to be like this simple curve. It's going to have that kind of crease somewhere. So I'm looking and it kind of slopes, but the peak of this is somewhere around here. And then this goes back down and it curves out. But I also want to be careful that I'm not taking up too much of the canvas because I need two characters in frame. So I'm just going to move this real quick. But I had already mapped out, I did thumbnails because this aspect ratio is different from what the original drawing was in.
Uh-huh.
So I have the first character, and then I have the second character right here. I drew it out, and then I cut those pieces off of the original layer I sketched it out on,
Okay.
and I hid them, and now I just have the sofa part that I drew in relation to those characters, and I know that they fit on screen.
Uh,
I'm a pro.
um, I think I get what you were saying, with where you want to put the bend and movement and stuff like that. But I think I need
Yeah,
to like see what you're talking. But what part of the body is this? The hair, like
no,
the
this
head?
is the no, this is the sofa that he's sitting on, right? This is
Oh,
the
okay.
drawing of the character.
Oh,
So this is the head, this is the torso, these are the arms, and this is a prop.
yeah. Okay. 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 Gotcha.
So I'm trying to make it accurate but not take up too much space. But because C curves and S curves I learned have certain weight in where they drop and where they curve. And so when I was watching this one guy, he was talking about anatomy, but instead of practicing certain things like circles and
Yeah.
shapes and stuff, another important thing to learn is weight and curves. And that's when I was learning about arms, and he thought of this kind of chain shape
Uh
to
huh.
represent the arms. But obviously, arms are not symmetrical on each side. The bottom has a different shape than the top, and same thing with the forearm and the upper arm. They're different. And so you have this chain, and you have the shoulder joint, and you have the wrist joint that he went into depth with. Um,
Yes.
but the weight in the upper arm, like maybe it's higher up here and it curves down here. And then on the forearm, it's higher right here and lower right here. And then the elbow is its own piece because it's a joint.
Yes.
But actually, I drew this wrong. There's only
Are
two
you
pieces.
puppeteering?
I think I know what you mean.
By creating assets within your scene, like a shape of a forearm, a shape of an upper arm, and the shape of a torso or shoulder. And those three assets are individual layers, and then you can move or connect those three layers by anchors or a skeleton. So they all stay together as a group, but they move where you have them connected to the skeleton.
Yeah.
So that his elbow
So,
hinge works properly and so forth. His wrist works properly. And you can move his arm around and those hinges stay where they're at on the wrist or on the body.
yeah.
Is it like that?
Yeah. So, actually, it works better with the head as example. So if I have the head on a neck, I would draw the neck as its own piece underneath it, so as it moves, you won't see the empty space of the neck. But here, let me do that actually. La, 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 la. Okay, I got it. So this is the head, and it's a completely different piece. It's on its own layer.
Yep.
And this is the neck and the torso and the collar.
Okay.
You can see underneath. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this piece and I'm moving it however what way I want. That's just kind of because
So you're
it's an animation.
yes. So you're basically transforming and using keyframes to set the point of that transform, like I would do in Premiere Pro. If I want to move something or slide something over, I can literally just move it and save the position, move it again, save the
Yeah.
position,
Yeah, the
and then when
keyframes, yeah.
yep, yep, yep. So you're just setting keyframes for your transform, right? And where it's being
Hmm.
transformed on the canvas. Um, and then if it, if you're doing that with the head, are you familiar with setting your anchor point on that shape so that it moves from the base of the head versus the middle of the head, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah. I think I learned a lot of it when I was really into VTubing,
Yeah.
and when I tried to do that, that was the thing I learned. And that's the thing I did when I want to have what is it? A VTuber, but I got to prep to rig it because I'm not gonna pay $1,000 to get somebody to do it. But I separate all the layers, put it in these groups, name the layers, and do all that. And I did that a few times. I never actually succeeded in rigging and animating the
You,
avatars.
if it's not gonna take much for you to figure it out because it's a simple process. It's just that you're learning to do it through a Clip Studio versus whatever other program. But as soon as you figure that out, you'll figure it out everywhere else. I'm streaming with it's better. People can see my hands and draw, but they also see the actual image itself in the quality that it needs to be in. Because using this live camera to show my hand draw, the picture itself on the screen looks horrible. Looks horrible.
Mm.
It's hard to balance out brightness, saturation, um, and focus and stuff to get it right. And when I do figure it out, it doesn't look the same as the screen capture on the right. So I always show both when I can.
Okay.
And there's a cat. I got the cat on here too. He's right here.
No. Oh.
He's on today's stream.
Can I have a sip of your soda?
Yep. I'll move him over a little bit. And he's on her stream too, on her screen. And we're streaming through Discord on our private Discord server, using our Streamlabs and OBS programs. At the same time, streaming through multiple social media platforms.
Meow meow. Meow.
One of the features
charger? Oh my god.
oh my god. Oh my god, I love this. It keeps texting me.
Gonna mute while they're getting hot pockets and stuff.
Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh no, what is happening? Oh. I keep accidentally hitting, what is it? Control and space instead of Control and Alt to change my brush size, and then when I drag, thinking I'm gonna change it, I move the canvas around. I remember I was gonna say something. I lost it.
Wait a minute. Are you streaming on TikTok or are you streaming on Twitch?
I'm streaming on Twitch because
Oh,
I don't want to mess with the portrait like mode on what is it? TikTok.
Oh. So I tried the whole OBS plugin thing, and I just ended up using Streamlabs that has its own horizontal and vertical dual output system.
Mm.
So and you saw how I have it set up. So
Yeah.
it's actually going to YouTube twice. It's going to YouTube vertically and horizontally. It saves both, but I can't download them for like 24 hours because I guess it's processing or whatever. I don't know, or it gives me wait time. So I can't download them just yet. But yeah, it'll save both to the channel.
I'm gonna in settings, I'm gonna have open the color filter option so I can switch my drawing in grayscale real quick to see what it looks like.
Go for it. Don't forget to
Because
flip it every now and then. I need to do the same thing.
yeah,
Bloop.
I
I have a chili on the other side now.
yeah, this you can actually see it turning color.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to see how deep this brown is. I thought it was a gold at first, but it's wood. So
Oh, I see. Um, so you need to differentiate the wood trim from the fabric.
cushion.
Yep.
Yeah. So that can be
I got one
a
for
little
you.
bit more yellow.
I'm gonna I'm gonna see if I can select his head and make his head a little bit smaller. His head is just a little bit big. I'll make him kind of a skinny guy. Let's see what happens. Doesn't need to
I really
scale
don't
down
want to
too
spend
much.
too long doing this background. I'll put I actually have not I have not figured out how the I'm losing my entire vocabulary. How
You're fine.
the I can just open it right here to see what it is. The gradient maps. I
Yeah.
haven't worked out gradient maps in Clip Studio Paint yet, and I don't want to mess with it right now, so I'm just gonna do it manually.
Well, what would you use gradient maps for?
Um, Usually I put a haze over the drawings because to make the colors more of what I envision, I put either warm or brownish or bluish kind of tone on it, and then in Procreate, for example, I would turn the opacity on that gradient map really low. So it's
Okay.
just a tiny color change, but
Yeah.
it maps the colors, the values of the colors for me.
Oh, I hear you. Gives you a shape.
Yeah. Also, this is gonna be behind him. I I'm taking too long.
You're fine. You're good. And it's okay if not that I'm trying to tell you to shut up or anything. You keep talking, but it's okay to be quiet every now and then. Um, I,
Yeah.
I, if anyone's watching, um, I did meet a friend. His name's Retro, and he may come by my stream every now and then. And yeah, I'll chat with him a little bit. But if I get to where I'm getting too chatty and too excited about the conversation, I'll be like, I do need to focus on the artwork because that's why I'm here. Um, so it's excuse me if I put my head down and focus for a bit.
I usually do talk to myself when I'm drawing though, especially on here. Um, I'm like, oh, this looks like shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's fine.
I made this mistake. Oh, hold on. This isn't right. And um because I don't notice it when I stop talking.
Well, I've had a couple of streams where I didn't really say anything. I don't know if anybody came by, but I know I'm performing. But at the same time, I have a job to do. But still have to perform at the same time. It's hard to talk, listen, plan ahead, plan on the fly, and then draw all at the same time. but I have to remind myself it's okay if I'm a little bit slow and it takes, and I gotta get used to things. You just gotta keep practicing and stuff. Oops.
I just realized that this is supposed to be okay. My phone is on low battery mode because I have it on there because there's too many windows open on my other monitor, and I just realized that the couch is orange red, not cool red. This looks like a pink. I need more yellows. And that looks exactly like it. Actually, no it doesn't. It needs to be more red and then yellow. It's a lot brighter than the what it looks like in the picture. Ooh. Whoa. Yikes. Also, I really like flipping the pen over and using the other end of the pen because that same pen size changing keyboard that I use, you can use on the eraser too. And
Yeah.
I don't like having to switch through the toolbar on the side because I don't
Yeah.
like having to look for it. Sometimes I press C on the keyboard, which is just above Alt, so it's easy to reach for, or I don't have to look. And pressing C, it turns my color into a transparent color, and so it erases using the same brush I was painting with.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I do that, but if I'm doing a lot more and I want a hard brush because the eraser I have set on default is a hard brush,
Yeah.
then I'll use the end of the pencil. Because if I want to get like in the grooves with the tiny nib, then I feel like I can see what I'm doing better. Um, uh, uh unlike the round end of the eraser part on the pen, then I'll do that. I just remembered. I was like being self-conscious because I was like, what if you hear my music in that earbud? But not only is my mic above the Cintiq, but also it's not detecting. I thought, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm tired, but I thought it would be sucking the audio out from my ears.
Oh, okay.
So where the output was, the input was.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I get you. It's the audio stuff can throw you off a little bit.
yeah. Still, this is kind of
Just make the adjustment you need and go with it. It's gonna you'll figure it out, but sometimes you just need to go with it and then you'll check it later and then make adjustments for the next stream.
This needs to be an orange. Multiply that up. Wow. Ooh. I love that color, but that's not the color I need. I'm trying to get the mid-tone, actually. There we go. And then I gotta duplicate this layer and do a different one. Hue, bring it down. So it's a little bit more orange, and I merge it down. So now I can paint with this color and take the shadows, make them a little bit more saturated. Well, not saturated, desaturated.
Cool, good, good. Slap it on there, man. Throw it on there. And get as much as you can quickly. Throw it around.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say like 10 minutes ago. Um, I changed. I went into the brush settings to mess with it a little bit because I had. Because I like having the hue jitter on my painting pencil.
Uh huh.
So with every, it's not a jitter with every pixel, but it's with every stroke. And so every time I pick up the pen and I put it back down, it's a slightly different hue. And I was wondering why my shadows weren't dropping the same color like I was picking them up. Because it was, the pen was changing the color. So I fixed that.
Hmm.
But that's what I use to when I'm putting down the base colors, I do it in manually because I like the texture of the pen as a base, but I also like it gives me more colors, especially when I'm doing hair. It makes it a lot easier. I put it down. Oh, that's a little bit of a cooler color. I drop it, put it in some other parts. It's like I'm mixing the colors together, but like a new one spawns in every like I don't know. Every couple of seconds. I love that I'm putting so much effort into this couch when all of it is going to be covered. I know I was talking about drawing the underneath and then drawing the layer on top after that if it's going to be moving, but this isn't going to be shown at all. But it's okay. I needed to warm up.
No, you're good. When's the last time you streamed?
Never.
What do you mean never? You haven't streamed at all?
Well, actually, no.
I
I
thought
tried.
you had a couple of streams. I thought you were streaming the other night when you were supposed to be
No,
going to bed.
no, it's summer, actually.
No, I know.
But, but, uh, hold on. Uh, my music is too loud. So, I was setting up the OBS and getting used to it, but I have done some kind of streaming before because I really wanted to stream Minecraft. So I
Oh.
remember doing it with that mic that you have right now. You tap it to mute it. I would
Yeah.
have it muted the entire time, wouldn't say anything, and then like it's when I was in that front room, it had no door, so you could hear everything. You could hear me. You could hear the whole house.
Yeah.
And something would happen in the kitchen. I'd mute the mic.
And then
5 seconds later, I turned off the stream. I turned
Oh.
off the stream because I was too scared to say something. It was too loud. I was like, oh my goodness, what if they hear me? What if they hear me
What if who
streaming or
hears you?
something?
What if who hears you?
Everybody.
Oh, in your stream?
Everybody. No, hear me streaming, walk in and be like, what are you doing? And I'd be
Oh.
embarrassed. And I
Oh.
didn't want that to happen, so I just
Oh, I
decided to do
thought
it.
you were worried about the people that were watching the stream.
No. Well, kind of, not really. I was like, well, it's strangers on the internet. And I was like, what if they track down my IP and, like, kill me?
Yeah.
But that's kind of
Okay.
not.
If that's an issue, you shouldn't be doing it.
Well, actually, I think you put that idea in my head.
Oh, but yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think I'm done playing with the couch. Okay. I should probably color this background. Oh, I like that. That's a lot nice. Okay. This guy. Okay. Oh, I love sketching with lighter colors. I
Like
kind
white
of,
on black.
yeah.
Excuse me.
He's got this little pocket, like, it looks like a handkerchief in his collar. I'm no so many people have that. I have no idea what it's called.
An
Actually, I can make that
ascot.
a bit bigger. Is that what it's called? When they
Yes.
have the
The handkerchief wrapped around your neck is called a ascot.
ah,
Like Fred wears from Scooby Doo.
what?
Never mind.
I have one for a cosplay that I have,
Well,
but it
cool.
has a little gem on it.
Yeah, I
I
don't
keep looking in
remember
the wrong
what it.
spots.
Um, I just remember like characters that were and cartoon characters that are portrayed as like rich or
Yeah,
foo and stuff. Typically, like had some sort of wore some sort of neck neckerchief or ascot or something. I don't know. Thank you for fixing the time. Can we go back to the 80s?
oh, this guy has the thinnest waist ever. Actually, you know what something so weird is? What just happened? This, so the guy I'm drawing is from
Uh huh.
in a manga, originally a manga, went to an anime, has a few spin-off games, right? Um, it's like hardly mainstream. So they had this competition on Twitter where it was this poll like 2 by 2 verses and then it goes down like the lineup of characters they had picked that had
Yeah.
chosen over multiple different animes like Jujutsu Kaisen, probably Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, stuff like that that everybody watches.
Yeah.
And they had that anime that I'm drawing from Bungo Stray Dogs on there. And this one guy, they won. He won. The character won a poll for what male character has the smallest waist, and who is the second guy that I'm drawing in the back, not on the couch, but in the back. And I thought that was just so out of pocket. I remember seeing it everywhere, and it was like, vote for this character, vote for this character, vote for him. And um, he was the last person to go up against a character from Jujutsu Kaisen, which is really popular. And so, I remembered people were angry. They were like, "Oh, he won! He won!" It's like you could tell. He started using measurements. He started measuring like how, like the width of their waists. These these anime men, and I don't know. It went on for a while, but this fandom, I guess, is just kind of weird, like really weird. But it's the the anime manga. It's kind of like My Hero Academia, where people have special abilities, but
Oh, I
it's
didn't know that.
the odds the odds are flipped, and so a lot less people have it. Like the common person wouldn't know what you're talking about. Oh, people have special abilities. Like I have no idea what you're talking about. And so the special abilities are a completely different type of ability from My Hero Academia. It's not like mutant, like you're a bird, or like you create acid, or like you're super cool, you do lightning and stuff like that. It's very specific. So, um, the guy in the back that I was talking about who won the waist of the thinnest waist competition,
Yeah.
um, he his ability is manipulating gravity, which turned into this whole thing for him. And other characters are, um, there's a healer kind of medic character,
Mm-hmm.
but her ability is so peculiar because she's a doctor, but
Okay.
in order for her to use her ability on you and heal you when you're injured, she has to fatally injure you in order to heal you. So if you've got like
What?
a little scratch on, yeah, if you have a little scratch on you, she can't heal it unless you're on the brink of death. And so
Oh,
it's,
well, she better get me to the hospital.
well, it's when you're on the
She better know how to
battlefield.
drive at least.
She was a part of the a war that happened between the the users. She was in the war, and people would get injured. That she would just automatically use her ability because they were so injured, they were already about to die, and she would heal soldiers, and they would go back on the battlefield. Um,
Well, that's
but
cool.
it's also used in combat when if somebody is about to die, she's right there. They're immediately back on their feet, like to full health, and every wound on them is healed. It's their whole body, and they go right back in action. And it happens a few times in the anime, but she doesn't get as much credit, and unfortunately, her scenes in the anime were just turned. Uh, they really yeah, I said it right, mischaracterized a lot of the characters from the manga to the anime. So the
Oh,
manga was supposed to be a darker themed, like more sensitive, with t- uh type of series with a higher uh intended audience,
okay.
older age audience. But the anime dumbed it down so much that if you just watched the anime and you had an opinion on something, immediately it would be invalidated by the whole community of how horribly the characters were represented.
Okay. Invalidated?
It's well, it's
Well,
like,
I
well,
no,
you
I
don't
it's
know actually their
I'm not asking. I'm
backstory.
just sort of repeating out loud.
Yeah,
That's uh, a shame, I guess.
but it's kind of it's even more sucky because not only is like people are like, oh, you have to buy the manga, you have to go into this certain site to read the books and read all these panels without the special edition of having sound and extra visuals and timing and stuff like that in anime. But the studio that made the sorry, this the studio the studio
You're
that
fine.
animated the anime,
Uh,
uh they animated My Hero Academia and Full Metal Alchemist as well. So a lot of people don't like them just because they messed up. Well, they kind of did mess up My Hero Academia, but people are like, oh, they were so renowned before they did Bungo Stray Dogs, and it just went completely downhill.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna crop out the bottom part of this, or I'll just move this down. Yeah, rant over. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That was a long anime rant.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's all right. I don't know a lot about that stuff. Can I draw an anime character that is not in a manga style? Like if I took one of these anime characters and drew it in more of my style, do you think it would be um, you think it would get likes or attention or anything like that?
Yeah, specifically Bungo Stray Dogs. Since it has such darker themes, people usually take a more realistic approach when drawing the characters. That's why I immediately went to that series for fan art, is because it's so versatile. There's so many different things you do with it because there's a range of characters and alternate storylines.
Yeah.
So you could draw them in a comic book and it would get attention.
Okay.
It's a wide age range. So you could have 12-year-olds liking your post. You could have somebody in their 20s, like late 20s.
So I have to be careful
It's
with how I portray those characters.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Cause sometimes I can draw something cartoony, but if you were to look it up on like Pinterest or something, you would see a lot of like paint related aspects because
Yeah.
um actually, the reason for that isn't just because of uh the age range, but it's also because of who the characters are based off of. Because the all of pretty much all of the characters in Bungo Stray Dogs are based off of authors that have existed in written literature.
Uh huh.
And so that's why I got some of the books. For example, Fyodor Dostoevsky. He is in Bungo Stray Dogs,
Okay.
and his character is loosely based off of the protagonist of one of his books, and
Okay.
it's usually they're popular books. Sometimes it's even uh authors of poetry. It's not exactly full books, but those books like Crime and Punishment, it's an older book. It's from the 1800s, so obviously it would probably have an older age range. And some of the characters have lighter topics and um, are displayed differently from the author and the books in the anime. But actually, their abilities are based off of their work,
Okay.
not just made up on willy-nilly.
Yeah.
So, they're based off of certain things and they have something to do with their character.
Mm.
I have a Google Drive folder that I got from somebody off of Pinterest, because they were offering it as a post of all of the official artwork that has been made of the artist of the manga or the studio that animated Bungo Stray Dogs,
Okay.
and it's folders of all these different artists. So
I wouldn't touch those.
what?
I wouldn't touch those.
Touch what?
So
Why?
they're just random files that somebody opened up for you to download on your own, and
No.
yeah.
It's here. Look, show you. It's just the animation studio Bones, and there's four other artists. Um, they have the covers of the uh the manga
Okay.
and the light novels and stuff. Look.
Yeah. Okay.
So these are official artworks, but some of these, like this one, is a cover. But there's four artists in here, and some of them look closer to the anime art style, some of them look nothing like it. Here's from da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. I'm completely getting sidetracked.
You're good.
It's fine.
Don't get too sidetracked. No, I see it. I see it. And
So it's
that's
more, yeah. It's uh yeah. It is, some of these are very cartoony and simple, or not simple, simplified. But I feel like this guy does it. Um he draws them the best. It's more like action scenes and uh character portraits and stuff. But he worked on Ganji worked on a it was a movie, it was an animated movie, but it was a manga beforehand, and it was its own kind of separate manga. It was still part of the series, but it was its own separate storyline.
okay.
Uh it was made into a movie which was set somewhere in between the regular series of the anime. This with all the episodes, it was like season 2, season 3 of the 5 seasons that it was
Gotcha.
set in place. And so uh he drew that out, and I guess that's where Bones took Studio Bones, where they animated it, where they took their inspiration, because his art style looks a lot like the anime. It's
Yeah.
just not as messed up.
Are you a big fan of that art style? Well, I asked that, and a lot of the art is sort of related to that or similar to that.
I like the art style of the manga. I do not like the art style of the anime.
Got it.
They look wonky, and it's just, I do. Actually, the art style changes a lot throughout the manga,
Uh huh.
and people have been talking about whether or not they like the new art style that the manga has taken because there's still chapters coming out every month.
Yeah.
And so people are like, "Oh, I hate the new art style. They look more cartoony. I like the older art style where they look more like their ages because most of the characters in the series are adults."
Yeah.
And I agree with them, but it's kind of like sometimes they're like, "Oh, it's that bad. I can't read it. I hate it so much. I hate this artist. Why would they change it?" And yada yada yada. And I do like the old art style more, but it's not to say that the new art style is worse.
Yeah. I get you on that.
I totally forgot his expression is different. He actually has this eye closed. And I'll emphasize the eyelid on the top. I am done talking about that.
You're good.
I didn't realize it's been an hour. It
We've
feels
been
like I've kind of just been sitting here for the past 30 minutes.
well. We've been streaming for a little over an hour. Don't forget to stretch and stuff. I got to keep an eye on my battery level. I try to, well, I'll at least try to start out at 100%. But my iPad's good. I am going to, let's see. No, I'll keep it on this scene. I like this scene. It's cluttered and crazy, but it works. But yours is coming out good. I would push his head to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit as if his neck is connected to his chin instead of the back of his skull.
Yeah. I just got on the hair and the head and stuff. Also, his ear is not proportionate to his face, but I'll fix his neck in a moment. Let me get his ear. Should be on the side of his head like that. Maybe a little bit lower so it's even with his nose. And then I'll cover that. I I made a drawing of an ear in school and I pinned it on my wall, but it's at my desk. So I have a reference of an ear constantly on my wall.
Oh, good. If I wasn't in the middle of the living room, I would probably have all sorts of things pinned up on the wall, all sorts of references, artwork. And when I had things set up in Belton, I had everything spread out. Always had everything spread out. But then I would have to pack it up and bring it home.
Yeah.
And then pack it up again and then head back up there. So I didn't bother leaving a lot of stuff out. But what's really important to me is that I have those things out and there to where I can see them regularly, even just walking by. Makes a huge difference in my psyche and my mentality. it it's like having family pictures around the house or in your office or in your wallet or on your phone, and you look at them every now and then, or you pass by them every now and then, and it's a good feeling to have those pictures there. And it's the same thing when I have references and sources and artwork up that I'm doing, and notes and stickies and all sorts of chaos.
I'm gonna import
So take advantage of your
my
space that you
reference
got
picture.
right now and put all your stuff up.
Ah, yes! I don't know what this is. I think I'm just gonna get rid of all of these things. If I can. Oh, you have to drag it out to get rid of it. I forgot. In my sub view, I put my reference picture because my phone is at 10% and I don't want to have to keep it open and it keeps powering off.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna have it open on here, just up here. I don't want to open up and Kaiser though. So this is the picture I'm going off of.
Oh,
It's
hang on, let me get my reflection in here real quick. Yeah.
This I'll open it more. Is an official artwork made
Yeah.
by they drew the main storyline of the manga. And this little corner with the guy on the couch and then the guy behind him, they they're a duo, so I'm drawing them together.
Oh, cool. Okay. Do you think they're easy enough to draw to where I could draw it?
Yeah. Um yeah. But these aren't their usual outfits. They have just a
Well, I wouldn't
couple of
draw it right
outfits.
now, but if I
Yeah.
wanted to draw them.
I'm gonna keep talking about it because so the guy on the couch, they're both the same age, but the guy on the couch, his ability thing is actually he has an anti ability. So
Okay,
he can't
anti-ability.
yeah, he can't control it, but any person he touches, if they have an active ability, it immediately shuts it down. And so for whatever duration that he is in physical contact with that person just by their skin, they can't use any special ability. Um,
Okay, that's
and
interesting.
so
That sucks.
yeah, but he can't control it at all. So that doctor I was talking about, the medic, she can't heal him because he would nullify her ability and it wouldn't work at all. Uh, and so these guys are a duo. The guy in the back was the guy who had the gravity manipulation. They're a duo because the guy with the gravity manipulation, he can go all in and use his ability as much as he wants to, but at some point, it gets too much and he can't stop. And so his
Uh,
ability just keeps going on. And it's a destructive ability. It goes on until his partner swoops in and touches him, and then it nullifies his ability, and he's fine. Because if the gravity guy's ability goes on too long, because sometimes it gets really strong because he's one of the strongest people in in the series, then it'll kill him and it'll wreck his body. And so they were um they were a duo for a while.
oh, okay. Like what kind of duo?
The
Was there like a romantic kind of thing going on?
no.
That kind of a
Oh,
thing? Oh, okay, okay.
kind of. It's implied. It's not. I don't want to say canonical that there's anything there, but the author of the series, he says like, well, I made them when I was writing the characters, I made them together. They're supposed to be together. So, um, he said that the storyline, there really is no storyline, but the story that is there, is that there is a detective organization, the good guys, and then there is
Okay.
a underground criminal organization, aka the bad guys, for like the first couple of seasons. Um, and they were both initially in that underground organization working together. That's when they were paired together. And they were going on missions and dealing with dangerous people and stuff like that. And so they needed to be able to have these abilities. But I think I'm gonna use like a tape. And at it was a really prestigious, like not prestigious, that's the wrong word. Infamous organization. Nobody had ever left it. And they both had become a part of that organization when they were 15.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
the guy with the nullification ability, um, he had this like character development when he was 18 and he somehow managed to leave. And he left his partner um in that organization. And when he reappears, um the notification guy, he goes down, he in hiding for a few years, and he joins a detective agency when he's around like 20. And the main storyline happens when he's 22. But that other guy is still in that underground organization. He's kind of pissed at him because he left him there, and they had this bond where they hated each other, but they worked together, and they didn't hate each other because they had this bond. Um, and so that's where some of the mischaracterization comes from sometimes, where there's like,
Oh
oh,
okay.
they actually hate each other, but they don't.
Hmm.
But I'm not gonna get into that. But uh, they reunite, and then the the guy who was left behind, he's like, "What the fuck? Like, you kind of left me there. I'm pissed, and I celebrated when you left, but that still really wasn't cool." actually, I got mom to read the book that inspired the nullification guy.
Okay.
Uh,
Did she like it?
she liked it, yeah. She said it was really, really sad though. And
It
actually,
was.
yeah, because his character's like suicidal and stuff like that. It's it's a
Oh.
very so uh yeah, people don't like him very much because he's supposed to be the smartest character in the series and they're like, "Oh, well, he's annoying and yada yada yada. And he's overhyped and people like him for no reason." Stuff like that. But his book, the book that inspired his ability, I read it and it was really good. That's the physical cover.
Okay.
I have the physical book.
Yeah.
But I online I read some of his other books and they're pretty good.
Oh, okay.
And the authors had in real life knew each other. So they share the same names with the authors and some of them had known each other. So these two guys who are partners, they knew each other in real life and they did actually hate each other.
Okay.
But a really interesting part of this guy's story is that he had taken in this kid when he was in that underground organization and he had brought this kid in because he was he lived on the streets and he had a special ability too. And so he took him into the organization and he became his mentor and he was like teaching him how to use his ability and all that. And so that kid grew to look up to him. But it was an abusive relationship and he was like it was obviously not a good place to be for a kid because it was an underground organization. It was a mafia. So when he left when the that main guy when he left the mafia and he left that kid in there, he got a lot stronger, whatever, but he looked up to getting that guy's approval because that is the one thing he had known to do. Because he had really nothing to do when he was living on the streets. And so that character, that kid looked up to that guy, but their actual relations between the real life authors is that who the nullification guy is based off of looked up to that kid's author. And
Okay.
so it was kind of swapped. And it was kind of the same situation between them and um it was like 19 I want to say 1950 that they both passed the authors because the kid's author he had passed because of tuberculosis and the notifications guy's author of the books that I read he like ended his own life because he looked up to that author. Um in that book that I have of him um was his last book he wrote before he whatever.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
um
What year was this again? Did you say in the 50s?
I think in the 50s.
Oh wow.
But they're Japanese authors,
Yeah.
but it was this whole thing. But I I liked his books so much and I read them and I got a badge in school because I uh I put it on the deep book list.
Yeah.
I put his book on the deep book
That
list
was one of the ones
because it
you
wasn't
read.
on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
take a stand up break. Currently have really cool setup of Decontrol, my game character, chilling out with a chili dog and working out a sketch with cleaner lines, the cleanest lines possible. But really, what I'm doing is defining the darks and lights and where I want them, keeping in mind that he is in a very futuristic um, cyberpunk scape. Um, with that type of lighting, that's going to really light up the area. So I have to keep in mind how this is colored and lit up as I'm going. And the most important thing, just like doing maybe gradient maps or something like that, um, laying out where all the lighting is going to go by going ahead and adding in the dark black areas. So have him at a a sort of barrier or fence or something where he's propped up armor and stuff, and he's got himself leaning up against this barrier eating a chili dog. I need to think of how that barrier looks and how it works a little bit more because I don't want just a pole there or something like that. There's got to be some sort of surface. But I also like showing his leg at the bottom. That shows a lot more of his body position and how comfortable he is in the position that he's in. He's supposed to look relaxed. Worst case scenario is I have to go through and delete his whole bottom half, and use that more as a half wall. More as a half wall that hides his bottom half. And then, put some sort of design or something in there. Not design, but details in there that, shows that it's a concrete wall or something hard surface. So there is a strong chance that I'll take this, duplicate it, hide it, go back into the original, and jump into the decision to create more of a half wall in this space, in this foreground space. And it doesn't look bad. And I could shift the image down and give me more space up top for buildings, but I think I have space where I need it. So that bottom half is a little bit stuck at the moment, but we'll get it figured out. I'll go back into the duplicate and hide that one that's erased. And make sure we're not drawing on that one, because I do like showing his leg propped up, like he's comfortable. It sets more of a mood than showing just his upper half. Yeah, adding in blacks, start adding in details. I do want to add in people in the background kind of walking around like he's sort of on a sidewalk or street area. There's the hot dog vendor behind him. We'll need to add in the whole neon effect and things that are lit up, signs, the typical cyberpunk half-naked lady advertisement on the side of the building. Whatever. A lot of things I'm coming up with as I'm going. I have a visual in my head, but I still need to kind of describe it on paper or on screen. I'm going to take a quick walk around break. I'm going to go into the be right back mode. Cool. In the be right back mode, we have audio and the chat box. Of course, if anyone's chatting, that pops up. But there's no other audio or anything being recorded at this point. So in the stream, the Discord channel is not audible. You won't be able to hear it. It's muted. But when I go back into the live scene, that turns back on. So I believe Discord is muted at the moment. But I'm still going to stand up, stretch for a couple of minutes. I'll keep my Bluetooth headphone in. Oh, and I cannot stay up too much longer. I'm so sorry I did that on the stream. Last thing I need to do is put everyone to sleep. But I do need to go to bed here soon. So I'll go for about another half hour or so. Oh. Hour and a half sitting in this chair. Actually longer than that is a little too long. Yeah. I'm going to mute the mic and walk around. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see what we got. Save our work.
Ah, I don't know if that's. Well, it's not the scale on.
Excuse me. Okay. Well, your character is coming out great. I don't see. Well, I can see your reference, but I can't see. It's really small from my view,
Yeah.
so it's hard to see exactly a comparison. Yeah, cool. Keep going.
Um, that's not a triangle. That's the letter D. I was um what I did initially is I drew down where everything was supposed to go. My notes, if I want to change the color of the paper here so you can see it. Um, my notes were right here. So, this is the side that has uh Chuya. Okay. He's gonna be right here. Dazai right here, right?
Yeah.
I was drawing out what I needed to draw. But the 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 triangle that you're talking about is actually the a D to uh for for Dazai. But I don't know why I haven't gotten rid of it yet.
Okay.
I need to change this color then. There we go. Okay. That is a little bit too close there. Okay. I want it to come across that he's very smug. Kind
Oh, gotcha. The Han Solo type, eh?
of. He, um, he's canonically a rage baiter. But you wouldn't know what that means.
A rage baiter?
Yes.
He likes to cause
Like,
trouble.
yeah, a
He likes to
troll,
cause
basically.
rage, yeah. He likes to bait rage. There's a literal sense of it. He's baiting rage. I know exactly what your new age terms mean.
Really? I don't believe you.
Because you know it's hip to be square, right?
What? What does that mean? I think usually I'd put a shadow on the nose, not a highlight. Actually, I don't know what I normally do. I do everything. I do something different every single time. Hmm.
See, does it work if he's. Actually, it does.